Liz, what's going on?
I am an independent contractor and have found myself to be the middleman between the author, founder of the program, and her daughter, who is the CEO.
Oh, Lord, on a stick in a box. Jeez Louise. That's not good.
Right. You probably can tell where I'm going with this. So
I feel like this show is brought to you by Days of Our Lives. This has been awesome, the whole show. But go ahead. Or Dawson's Creek, which is the best. Go ahead.
I was hired by the CEO to help her move the company and the product forward, like with technology, social media, et cetera. All the kinds of stuff that the author either doesn't understand, doesn't want, or wants to do it her own exact way. So throw in a very strained mother-daughter relationship, and it's a recipe for anxiety for me.
Yes.
Especially when I talk to the CEO, because she reminds me so much of my mom, who I also have a strained relationship with. That's just a side note.
Well, I would actually flip that around. My guess is your anxiety comes from that fractured relationship that this one reflects, not vice versa. But that's a whole other show, so continue.
So they both talk openly about conflicts and feelings that they have regarding the other person. And the author gets pretty mad when I disagree with her about something and wants me to basically follow blindly her directions, even when they go against what the CEO has told me. So the reason I contacted you is to see if you could help me with setting better boundaries with both of them without being rude, first of all, and keeping my job, because I like my job a lot. And I want to get out of the triangle. I don't know how to do it.
That's such a great question.
And just one more thing. The author still really wants to be involved in the day-to-day.
Of course,
stuff but she really needs to step back.
Right. So it sounds like you have a good relationship with her daughter. Is that fair? So what would it look like for you to go out for coffee, or I don't know what you're allowed to do in California, but I really don't have a Zoom call, to talk to her and just say, hey, starting off 2021, I'm caught in the middle of this wonky relationship with y'all too. I love this job. I love you. It's getting weird. Can you give me some guidance? If you just approached it head on, direct like that, in a humble, kind way, what would she say?
It's getting weird. I like that word track.
And here's why. I don't want you to go, I don't want you, if you use words like this sucks or this is bad or this is wrong, all three may be true, but you're talking about her mom, right? And she can talk about her mom, but probably you can't, right?
Correct.
And also, she gets weird. She knows it's weird. And if you call it out in a gentle, humble way, then that's different than an attack, right? And then somebody can hear a gentle, humble, like you're asking her for advice. You're not saying that her mom's an idiot, right?
Right.
And yeah, I think you're right. I would get out of this triangulation. At some point, this comes down and you're the fall guy, just so you know. Okay? 100% chance this ends badly and you're the one that ends the worst for. Because mom's not going to fire daughter, or she is, but it's going to be your fault and you're going to get blamed for it, or vice versa. Daughter who's running the company is going to get rid of the original author, right? Because that's mom. And so you become the weak link of this triangle and the whole thing implodes on you. And
yikes, I never thought of that.
You have to be the natural fall guy or fall gal here, because they may bicker about each other and not like each other, but that's still mom and that's still daughter. And you will never be that. Yeah. Right? And so here's a ugly reality check. You may not want to not have this job. It may be awesome, and it may not be in the cards for you to have it much longer. And then that's not cool or not fun, but that may just be straight up reality.
I guess I could see that happening.
By your silence, it sounds like you know this is inevitable, right?
Well, not really. I mean, it makes sense what you say, and I trust your knowledge and this type of stuff for sure. But we have had conversations, the CEO and I, about where we both want to see this company going and how to get there. And
But if mom is still driving, if mom is the author, originator, she owns the patent, she's the governor here, man, we can have all the dreams. You know what I super want next year? $2 million. I want that so bad. And I want a pony that can fly because my daughter would think I ruled. And if I could have like a life-size Lego thing for my son would be like a X-Wing, one of those Star Wars machine things that goes, that'd be awesome too. My wife would like a husband with way more abs than I have. All that would be awesome. But then there's that reality part, right? And so, yeah, dude, those dreaming conversations with the CEO are so great. And here's what we could do if mom would just get out of the way. The problem is mom's not getting out of the way.
Yeah, at least not of her own accord.
Right. And man, you want to see, you guys have had a lot of fires in your area this year. You want to see a big one? Watch the daughter CEO fire her mom, who is the original author of this thing.
No, thanks.
Right. Yeah. So I'm playing nuclear option here, but I think this whole thing starts with an honest, hey, this thing just feels weird and it feels like it's getting weirder. Can you help me? And, I love your mom. I love you. I love this job. And I love the mission of this company. I love where we're headed. But this is starting to get super weird for me. And I don't know what to do next. And let her coach you. And at some point, if it gets super gnarly with mom, then you're able to say, I'm just simply doing like me and the CEO talked through this. And so we came up with a game plan here. And at that point, you are redirecting to the CEO where those kind of challenges go anyway. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
So will you do me a humongous...
I confess I'm having a hard time believing you.
What's that? Believing me with what?
Because I don't want to.
Oh, yeah,
I don't want to be the fall guy.
I want to not believe me that I'm going to have $2 million next year. I'm going to have to sell a lot of these $10 books to get $2 million next year. I've sold a lot of them, right? So all that to say, it's probably not going to happen for me. Maybe you're going to be the one. You're not. I'm just trying to be all nice and kind. You're not. You will be the fall guy, 100%. And if you feel comfortable enough with the CEO in that conversation, tell her. Like, I don't want to be the fall guy in this deal. I don't want this. When this is going to go south and I don't see a way where it's not. I'm stuck in the middle here and I love you both and I love this job and I don't want to be the person that ends up on fire here when this thing crashes. And hopefully that CEO is a leader, a woman of character, and she's going to see this and be like, oh my gosh, we have drawn you into our drama. And it's been a mess since I was a little kid. It's still a mess. This is not your fight. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do a better job of getting you out of the direct fire here. And by the way, Liz, free advice you didn't even call for. That's what we do on this show. Free advice. Worth the price that you pay for it. Maybe lean in and start figuring out ways you can heal the relationship with your mom. At least you're a part of it. She may not have any interest in wanting to reconnect or to heal a lifetime of a messed up relationship, but man, that'd give you some peace moving forward in your life to have that tether reconnected there with your mom. I'd love to see that happen.